Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hey.
Howdy, howdy.
The vibes are high but low. You know what I mean?
Explain
excited
further.
to be here.
Right.
Life is...
It's not even like a pit in my stomach. It's just like a...
I'm just like, not even spinning.
The exhale.
Life is a sigh right now.
Deep exhales.
I'm waiting to breathe again. You know what I mean? Like I'm on like a...
Yeah, that feels good. Summer needs to come a little bit faster.
Listen, for the next week, 70s.
Is it? I'm telling you. The UV index. Okay, we had a party at my house on Saturday. Only day it was raining and cold.
I forgot about that.
It rained at night. I was like, that's crazy. And then the next day it was sunny. I said, that's really played.
Peculiar. Can't speak.
Peculiar. But yeah, the weather is looking better. I will say that. And we're supposed to get our pool redone soon.
Okay, when's that happening?
Hopefully this week. I really don't fully know.
Lovely.
But I'm like, summer is coming so soon, hopefully.
Take off my new nice shoes that I got.
Don't mess them up.
Don't mess them up. But with that said, I think we're feeling a little funky.
I want to be a child.
And I want to be a little girl again. I just want to be taken care of and not think about it. You know what I mean?
You know, for some reason, this is what's coming up for me right now. But you know how we get a lot of hater comments? Yes. So, JC, I talk about her a little bit. She's on What We Said podcast. She posted some TikTok of her and her husband, and she made a joke like me with my short king. Mm-hmm. As a joke. And they all came for her. They were like, he should divorce you. You don't deserve him. Literally knowing nothing about her except this.
Okay, go kiss him then.
10-second clip. Literally though. And she was like, this is actually crazy. Like when you're... And I'm like, girl, I've been dealing with the content not reaching the right audience. Why can't we be the flip?
Algorithm it.
It's ridiculous. But the only reason I think of that is because I think people would hear maybe a clip of us saying like, I just want to be a little girl again, and they're gonna be like, oh, you fucking women just can't women anymore, and like,
oh my,
you know
God.
what I mean? Like, I'm just thinking, I don't know why I'm there.
Then why are you acting like a child?
The vibes are clearly low in my brain, but yeah. Anyways,
no, absolutely. Anyway,
yeah, fuck them.
This is not for them.
If that's you, leave. Otherwise, welcome. Let's be little girls.
Let's be girlies again. This topic kind of came up from a video on TikTok that, of course, TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Always.
Soon be maybe RIP TikTok. Oh. But this girl, I guess, wrote a poem about how when we're girls, we really look to older women and think about how free they are. Yeah. And, buying all the things that they need for themselves and having their own things to
having a car, having a pet.
Yeah, having a pet, having a car.
Having to go to the DMV. Oh, romanticized.
Oh my God, romanticized. Please never take me there again. Literally buying the smallest things for your house or your, an air freshener or whatever. She says so many things.
Yeah.
I'm butchering this fucking video.
They're like, what?
Huh? But you romanticize calling up your friends when you're older, to go out or go out and have ice cream together, just driving, all these small simple things that we do as adults, we romanticize them as kids, and we really saw them as that's what freedom is, being able to do all those things on your own. And now that you're on your own, you're like, I just want to go back to the place where I can run around and be in the mud and
it was
play with my dolls,
desiring responsibility as a kid for some reason. We desired it. Now we desire no responsibility. We're like, actually, take it all away. You know what? Independence is fine. I don't need it.
I think that's the key, though, is we were desiring responsibility because that meant a lot of independence and freedom. Yeah. Which to an extent, yes.
And we didn't fully understand what that meant.
I didn't know.
I didn't know it cost so much.
And now on the flip side, we're actual freedom feels like what we already had before, when we were told what to do. And
I know. And I'm I actually don't want to be told what to do, though. No, I'm romanticizing being a child in a different way. Not in
the fun parts, I guess. And that was the point of the video, is freedom just an illusion? Like, you're just always looking to the things that you don't have in that time and place in your life.
I mean, freedom, I guess, is an illusion because
it really
you really don't be having it. I mean, you do. You absolutely have freedom. The perspective really is, I think, what changes it, because we're nostalgic girlies and we always look back on, like, oh my God, high school and, like, going to the beach and being so carefree, which truly, I feel like 18 to, like, 21 maybe was, like, the best years in terms of freedom, or, like, what you'd think. Cause,
you
like,
said 18?
I think so. Because, like, you're just out of high school. It depends. Like, for me, I guess, because I was going to college. Like, I had something that people were like, okay, societally, we don't have to put pressure on her because she's going to college. Like, that's what she's doing
with her time.
Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, all I have to do is go to classes, do well, and then I can do whatever the fuck I want.
So nice. See,
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about, like, the being told what to do. Like, when you're a kid, your only responsibility is to go to school. I don't know how many months of the year. I can't do math. Like and 9. Then, like, you have summer that's free to you. Mm-hmm. And, like, anytime you're not at school, you can watch TV.
You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
As long as homework's done.
As long as your responsibilities are taken care of. And it's the same fucking platform when we think about it.
As long as bills are paid, you can have fun. That's truly what it is. They are one and the same. It's just one's money and one's time.
Yeah. Perspective. Well, no, now we're doing money and time.
Yes.
And that's painful.
Especially when you're not making a lot of money in that time. It's like, cute.
Cute, that, yeah.
But I just want to be a girl. But at the same time, we are still our girl. You know what I mean? You're still that inner child. She's still there. It's just, I think finding the time to tap into her is, like, more exhausting when you have maybe more responsibilities, or just even, like, mental health, or...
I was gonna say, the fucking pressure of life is just... really pressuring.
And, like, I feel like I'm constantly in a paralysis of decision. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm constantly, like, what decision do I make in regards to, like, literally anything in my life? Like, what cake flavor should this be? What... Like, there's just so many decisions to make, and I think that's my own personal fucking problem. Like, I need to just, like, make a decision about things, and then I would be less overwhelmed by decisions. And I think that's also part of growing up, is, like, you just kind of decide not to care as much.
Yeah, I feel like that's another thing. Like, yeah, just small decisions, like, even just what to eat
today. What to wear today, what to eat.
So, like, that's a simple pleasure I definitely miss as a child. Like just coming home and being like, this is what you're eating. Like, you don't have an option kind of thing. Like, these are the things I
There was no freedom in it, but
at the same time...
There was no thought.
There was no thought. No thoughts. Great. I would give anything for no thoughts currently.
That's fair. Honestly...
It's like, yeah, as a kid, you dream of, like, having your own fridge and fucking eating ice cream whenever you wanted to, and, like, making fucking pizza rolls for dinner because that's what you want to have. And now you do have those pizza rolls and you feel like shit.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have, physically.
And it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. Because I'm thinking, like, now, as an adult, if I had no decision in my dinner, I probably wouldn't enjoy life very much. If I really think about it. If every single day someone, and, like, if 2 or 3 out of those days it was something I didn't like, probably would be a little disappointing.
You're right.
I'd be like, I'm an adult now. Like, you would just decide to go get something else or whatever, or make something else.
But, like, would I?
I don't know.
Or would I just,
it depends.
Like, eat it up and be like,
today's just another day? But think, what if it was pizza rolls? What if it was pizza rolls, though?
No.
Every day. Here's some fish sticks, here's some pizza rolls.
First of all, I don't eat fish no more.
I know, but imagine.
Stop.
Even the dietary restrictions, not a choice.
The way that's a choice.
It's really literally crazy.
It's a choice I made. That's crazy.
Oh, like the freedom of having a choice is truly a freedom, but it's also a little bit overwhelming.
But it's also imprisoning because I can't make a decision for my life.
Honestly, what is that about? Is it just us, or is it like
I think it's because my brain feels so scattered right now that, like, any decision feels wrong. Or, like, maybe not wrong, but it's just not quite right.
Like, satisfying.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that was the wrong choice. Keep it moving, I guess. Yeah, I kind of miss the days where someone would make a decision for me, and I think like getting in a relationship or being around friends who can do that for me, I'm like
ideal.
I'm like, period, someone else make the fucking decision, because I don't have it in me right now. I don't know what that is. This isn't really on the girlhood topic of it all, but like decision making right now, it's overwhelming.
No, I get that.
Is part of being an adult, I guess, and in the same vein as wanting to be a girl and not have to make decisions. But I just think about, what decisions was I making as a girl? What were those days like?
Like what you were gonna do after school, what friends you were gonna hang out with.
If mom and dad let me.
Do I have to beg?
Do I have to beg? Do I have to like clean, do some chores before I go?
Yeah. What else?
There was kind of some beauty in like being like knowing you had to, like your parents were holding you to it. Now there's the freedom of, I'll do them later.
I don't have to do it.
I'll do them later. It's fine. And then you push it, and then you're like, oh, later's 7 days later, and I'm back on laundry. Now I can't go out for a week and a half to catch up on everything.
That is too real right now.
The responsibility. We need to be no girls. We are yes girls. We need to be no girls sometimes. You know what I mean? I think there's beauty in being a no girl.
I've never been a no girl.
No girl? No. Are there no girls? There is.
I just feel like I'm not saying yes to life if I'm saying no so much. Like sometimes I'm like, this may be toxic, but I'm like, life should be a little chaotic and uncomfortable, and like that's,
to a degree.
Like I think my life's a movie.
Okay, wait. Okay, no. I think yes, to a degree, but like the bare necessities need to be met before you say yes. You know what I mean?
I'm eating.
Girl. The hierarchy of needs are a little more than just food. Maybe decide what your hierarchy of needs are. and then
what are they actually? So it's like your
basic, physiological.
So food.
Yes, food, water,
sleep.
And then safety is the next one, I believe. Let's just look it up before we fuck it up for everybody. Physiological, breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, and sleep. Safety and security is health, employment, property, family, and social ability. Love and belonging is then friendship, family, intimacy, and a sense of connection. Then it's self-esteem, which is confidence, achievement, respect, and the need to be a unique individual. Okay. Self-actualization is the top. Morality, creativity, spontaneity, acceptance, experience, purpose, meaning, and inner potential.
I think the problem is, I've identified the problem. I get stuck in the second one.
Safety and security.
Yeah. The security aspect of it all. Of feeling like secure in finances where I can like then not have to worry about my day-to-day so that I can be comfortable
be
in my
present, maybe
and be present. Yeah. And then like it's just interesting though, because then like as an adult, like as a kid, those things are met, or sometimes not met, but like those things are met and you have an easier time of having the high scale things.
Yeah.
But like now as an adult, like you can have like these little like cheat moments where you do like jump up 3 fucking steps and you have a self-actualization moment with other things. Like alcohol or going out or just like things that feel good in a sense. But then you're come back down, and that's why the come down is just like hard because
you've come down so many levels.
Yeah.
You said when I was drunk I didn't really care so much.
It was like the false sense of security, blah 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 blah,
love and belongingness, all that. So that's so true. I've never thought about that, how like alcohol can maybe bring you, or drugs or whatever, can bring you to a level of, I mean, it's not necessarily like maybe you don't feel self-actualized in the moments, but you just kind of forget about the rest. Like in that you don't care as much.
I think it's like it's a false sense of like actualization or whatever, but I think it at the same time it has some realness to it, because like you have all your other guards down of like life being this hard thing, and you're just like in the moment, and you're such in like your own like present space of like, this is the best version of me. Not actually, but the
thoughts I'm having,
the thoughts you're having are like, I'm the best version of myself. I mean, maybe for not a lot of people say that they like also get really insecure when they drink because I don't know.
They just overthink.
They just overthink. Yeah. But I think for those who feel like freer with drugs or alcohol, like I think it becomes this thing where like the rest doesn't matter. So then you allow yourself to like, this is like the best version of me.
I'm about to say something so bad. Like alcohol brings me to my inner child.
It lets me play.
But like a little bit, because like as an adult your guard is up all the time,
and I think that's stumbling and the falling and the
like playing. I'm just playing around. But we can talk about this if we do an episode on like sobriety or alcohol, but like in general I think that's also what we miss about being girls, is like not caring as much. And I think also if I were to be a little girl again, I would remember how much I fucking cared, because we care a lot and we will always care a lot and we always have. But like as a girl, I think it was caring about different things. I don't know. Like, it just felt like it was, and maybe this is the perceived freedom that doesn't exist because it was never as free as I thought it was or something. Like, now I'm just as free as I was then, but it's in a different way. But you just feel like freer in your mind. Like, to actually play. Like, I'm allowed to play because I am a kid. Mm-hmm. But when you're an adult, you're like, oh no, I have to, like, no, I can't like take time to figure out who I want to be and what I want to do and like play with life. Like, it almost feels taken from you, and like you're not serious about life. But like, who defines what's serious about life? Yeah. Or like what, and success is everyone's opinion of what success is.
It gets warped by like societal views. Yeah. And I think that's why we stop being kids and then yearn so badly to be kids at the same time.
But then also we mock people who act like kids.
Right.
Which, like, don't get me wrong, some people should grow up a little bit. Like, there's a time and place.
I think you should act your age, but that does not mean, like,
you can't be silly.
Like, that doesn't mean you need to be like, how do I explain it? It's like, you need to act your age, but that doesn't mean you can't have, like, childlike wonder. It's just more so, like, realize that you are your age and the responsibilities that come with, like, where you're at.
What potential responsibilities you should or might have based on the life you want to have.
Right. Oh, I was gonna say something. Oh, I think you were saying something about like in terms of like what was of importance when you felt like when you weren't free supposedly, but now that you're like, oh yeah, that was actually freedom. Yeah. I think about it sometimes in the opposite too, of like, not the opposite, but just like it's interesting to have this perspective of like, at least for myself as a kid, like what I was worried about is like sense of belonging. And like I think that's real for a lot of kids because you're like growing into your skin and your identity and stuff. So like I think that's so interesting that was the biggest worry, and I always looked up to older people thinking like, oh, they have it figured out, right. And when I get there I will have it figured out. And then at the end of the day, I'm genuinely just the same little kid trying to figure out where I land and everything. And it continues to be that way. And I'm hoping that someday it won't. But I don't know. Like, again, that's like I don't think, but now I'm not like, when I'm 50.
Right. You're like, it better be tomorrow or something. I'm like,
I better get this shit fucking figured out tomorrow or next week. Like, it has to be soon. I wonder
if that's just like, I don't know the answer to this, but like if that's a perpetual... insecurity might be too strong of a word, but like maybe insecurity that either like, do you heal that part of your inner child, or is it something you carry with you that is part of your inner child? You know what I mean? Like, is it just something you carry, or is it something to be healed? Yeah. Because everyone's always talking about like healing your inner child, and I think that's very valid and like real, but also I think there's parts of our inner child that are like we're supposed to have forever. Right? Yeah. But I think those are more so the things of like playing and things you enjoyed, like not the insecurities and the things that you're like struggling with. But I just don't, I'm not a fucking therapist, but
I just feel like that's like a big piece of just like growing up is like understanding that those same things that you carried as a kid,
they don't just go
away. Or they take work. They don't just like happen to manifest in the way that you wanted them to just because you're older.
Right. Like you have to make an active effort towards whatever it is, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
I guess like that's also like the conversation about like purpose and like career or dream job or whatever, you know, like you're as a kid, you like again fantasize and romanticize about like,
oh girl, I wanted to be a singer.
Well, life is like,
is close
well,
enough.
me too, pop star girl.
I have a mic.
Lately I've been saying, why not?
Okay, Hannah Montana, get after it.
We'll start writing
you have
music.
a blonde wig and cowboy boots.
Samantha Lowe.
You could be fucking Hannah Montana. You
okay,
could be,
but
you
the
could
way
be
that everyone supposedly on the show she didn't look like fucking Miley Cyrus. Like,
no, people think you're Ariana Grande.
Oh my god.
They'll be like, wait, does Ariana
I'm
Grande
not
have
skinny
a
enough.
girl? Please,
Back to that conversation.
Yeah, back to the body maintenance. But that's also the part of being a kid. Like, we used to dream so fucking big.
Yeah, like,
And we would be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a singer or a model. And what about it? Now today I'm like, I'd be embarrassed to tell somebody I want to be a model. Or like a singer. They're like, sing. I'm like, no.
Why?
What? That's not my dream. What are you talking about? I'm shy.
I'm shy.
I don't know, dude.
It's just funny, like, the fact that we put, like, so many restrictions or, like...
So many limiting beliefs.
It's so wild.
But
it's funny.
Maybe a little valid in some cases. Like, I cannot sing.
But
and I'm not
apparently it's a muscle, so maybe you can sing.
Hey, my grandma Carmen, she was a singer. Hey?
Maybe you should need a couple lessons.
I can't read music.
Can't tell you what note that was.
I can feel a beat. Can I?
You said barely.
No, but I want to dream a little bit more. Like, just a taste of reality is, girl, of course, safe.
I think you need to. I think you're a little overwhelmed with life right now.
But, like, what's a dream?
Feeling honest hour right now.
What's a dream right now? Like, truly, genuinely. Like, what?
Oh, you're asking me. I thought you were just saying, like, what is a dream? I'm like, I don't know are you going somewhere with this?
But, like,
you said, like, my current dreams?
Or just, like, in terms of us being kids, like, the dream was, I want to be a singer, I want to be a model, I want to be a teacher.
Right.
Obviously, I made no moves towards those things. So, like, do I just tell myself, like, the dream is to be a homeowner? Let's say that's the dream, right? Mm-hmm. And that's it. I just tell...
Like, I guess some kids dream about that. Like, hey, man,
yeah,
I was about to make fun of you.
You said fucking
loser.
I don't know because I know fucking singer ain't it.
So I gotta go somewhere else.
I gotta go somewhere a little different. But it's like I feel like the dreams all circle back to like money a little bit.
That's fucked.
Which is annoying. Like back then I was like, I want to be a singer because that shit looks cool.
I think it's because they fucking engrave. But yeah, exactly. I think, but like as you're growing up, you start to like get fucking looking. What's the word?
Brainwashed.
Brainwashed. That you're like fun dreams have to be like coincide with fucking money and like.
Like I want to be an artist. No, babe. Do you want a house too? You won't.
You can't. And that's like, it's just not true. I also feel like, why couldn't they just teach us that like job is for money, this is for your fulfillment, and like they're two separate things. Like I feel like if that was taught to me from like as a child, I would have completely felt like, oh, I can do it all. But now I'm like,
it has to be the same.
It has to be the same.
It doesn't.
And it doesn't. And
you could literally work a job that you don't necessarily like love or feel fulfilled by and have a hobby.
But
that fulfills you.
But that's not working.
But maybe that's not for everybody either. Maybe
like, that's not working for me.
Maybe the fulfillment piece has to be the job.
I've tried both, and
they're both hot.
I will say I would think I was having more fun on the other one. The
broke one.
The broke side of things. I liked being broke.
Oh my god.
But living life.
And we were living. But we're also younger. It's so different as you get older too, that part.
But why?
Because
we make it different.
Because now I want a family and I want a house. I have different goals. Mm-hmm. Are goals and dreams one and the same when you're an adult? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. My
goal is to own a home, but is my dream to own a home? No.
You trick yourself into making your goals dreams.
Because that's sparkly.
Yeah. Because it's an attainable dream, you know, versus like,
I want to be a princess. That's my dream.
Okay, girl.
Cool. I want to be a princess. I'm going to find someone and marry a prince.
Period.
I actually really would hate that. I feel like that system would be weird.
I think you'd be good at it, though.
I'd be good at it, but I'd probably kind of hate it. I'd be like, what's with this, like, gender role situation of a prince and princess? You know what I mean?
You're loaded.
Exactly.
Your dreams. You could be a singer.
See, but then my dream comes
You be Rapunzel.
You know what I think about? I think about the fucking Real Housewives and how all of them became fucking singers and they all suck. And they just do auto-tune because they have money. And I said, my dreams of being a singer could work. Sorry, Erica Jane, though, on the side.
Also,
no,
T-Pain.
She's not
How dare
bad.
you?
T-Pain? Real Housewives? What do you mean?
Just T-Pain in general. He's auto-tune.
Is he?
Sir. We
don't know that.
No. He can actually sing, but I'm saying his whole career is based off auto-tune.
Oh, got it. Like, that's his...
you can do it if you want.
I can make it cool. Jojo Siwa.
Lately, I've been saying, everyone in LA is a DJ. Why not me?
Right. You have a keyboard. You can start there. Start recording some beats on GarageBand. Yeah. I don't know how it works.
I keep seeing videos, $200 to get you started. Period.
I hate...
It's like a setup.
It's got to be a scam.
No,
I'm mad.
They give you a link to the setup. To be the DJ setup.
I think everyone in our friend group who wants to be a DJ, y'all need to split the cost and start doing it together. Do like Monday night DJ Monday sets.
Night classes.
Exactly. Yeah. But you do it YouTube videos and y'all split the setup. I don't know. I don't want to be... I'd listen.
Listen, I think also another dream of mine was to be a yapper. Like I'm currently am right now. So
you're living the dream.
I'm living some type of dream.
That's fair. Maybe like the dream just doesn't feel as what we thought it was going to feel like. You know what I mean?
But I think it's because, again, we put money as an expectation or like other people's...
That's what I'm saying.
I think you just can't... I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday about how creativity and like just like capitalism and corporate America in general just suck the fucking fun out of everything. And I feel like I've genuinely lost all sense of like creativity because I've constantly just been thinking about how I'm going to get my next paycheck. And I don't even know how creative I am anymore. I used to say I'm a creative person. I still say that, but I'm like, do I believe it? And it's genuinely because where is it to be found? I can't even exude it anymore. And I think, I don't even know where I was going with this fucking train of thought, but like, I'm pissed.
Well, capital money, that's what you were going
Yeah, I'm just like, money's always tied to the fucking dream. And it is really annoying. I think money or validation, like for other people's validation
part.
Because listen,
I'm gonna stop telling people things. I'm gonna go ghost. I'm gonna be mysterious. Whole podcast. I said I'm only not mysterious on the podcast.
Want to hear me up? Only on there.
Yeah, like I don't fucking know, dude. Cause I'm. What's up? What have you been doing lately? Oh, nothing much.
Do you have a podcast though?
I've just been really happy lately. And they'll be like, about what? I'm like, career, everything.
Just everything in my life.
So you can't judge me. What do you do? You wouldn't get it. Just kidding. I don't know. Like, I guess you just gotta own it. You could be like, I have a podcast and it's fucking successful. That's amazing. Thank you.
Who's gonna...
You know events.
People are gonna fact check us, though. That's the problem.
No. What's your definition of success? Right.
Ate 'em up.
It's successful. And what about it?
No, I keep whenever anyone asks me about the podcast, I'm like, yeah, well, it's doing really well. We just surpassed like our first 10K.
I haven't even said that to anybody. I should.
Oh,
people ask me, how's the podcast going? I'm like, good. Yeah, good. Like, it's been fun.
No, I say it. I say numbers.
We just surpassed 10K. And they're like followers. But no.
Downloads.
We did surpass 400 subscribers on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Slay. Small climb, but
small. But I've heard once you get to 400 people is a lot of fucking people if you think about it.
Thank you for being here.
Like, I'm sorry, but for the men who are like, this way they only have 400 subscribers. I'm like, how many do you have?
Period.
Damn, we should respond to them. Fucking.
But also, like, that's another thing. Like, when people are commenting these things, I'm like, you're so fucking up your own ass that, like, you don't understand that each one of those numbers is a fucking person or a listen. Like, 10,000 listens. I couldn't imagine that.
And only, like, 5 of them are me. To be fair. Like, it's not like I'm listening to myself on repeat. It's other people.
That's crazy.
It's not me. No, I get a little nervous. Like, when someone subscribes, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, oh my god, who are you? Do you like me? Are you hate watching?
Whatever.
If it's a girl, I'm like, you love us. But if it's a guy, I'm like, I'm scared. Please don't start commenting.
Stop.
Go away, please, if you're scary.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not the topic. Yeah, dreams. Like, okay, we went to Disneyland for your birthday, right? And when we went on, I don't even know what it's called, the Toontown. Oh, Nothing Can Stop Us Now. What is it called?
Fucking Mickey's Railway.
It's apparently at Disney World. Sienna's been on it.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm behind. She was telling me about it. Sienna's my niece, if you guys don't know. And she was telling me that she'd been on it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's the ride. I was like so excited to tell her how exciting it was and how much I love the ride.
I've been on it.
And she was like, oh, is it the train one? I was like, I mean, the seats aren't a train necessarily. Dude. And then she was like, yeah. And like, you're in a car with Minnie and me. I was like, okay, yeah, it's that one. It's that one. Okay. Anyways, but at the beginning, there's like this cool little moment where there's like a crash. And like whatever, smoke comes out, and I was like literally like a little kid. I was in awe. I was like,
yeah,
this is so cool. And I actually felt like a little kid. Like I wasn't embarrassed to be excited. I wasn't like, period. Oh my god, these people around me are gonna be like, you fucking grow up, because Disneyland lets you.
It forces you to. And if you're not that's the thing. Like people, I'm not a Disney adult. But
no,
I do think that, like...
I like how I said that. No. Like, it was a shameful... I'm sorry if you are. You're not, is all I'm saying.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But, like, I do think that when I bring up, like, oh, I have a past and stuff, like, people are just like, and
I thought you said, like, I have a past. I was like, what? I said,
I have a past.
Okay.
Yeah. With Walt Disney.
With Walt. Okay, anyways.
Like, people have this, like, weird, like, feeling towards it, like, oh, their reactions are either, like, oh, cool, or, like, oh, I haven't been to Disney since I was a kid. Like it's like, a weird thing. For you. Yeah, literally. Or, like, I don't know. It's just, like, this, like, negative feeling, and I'm like, oh, I think it's just, like, genuine, like, the people that you go with, or if you're even, like, allowing yourself to have fun, because there's no way, in my personal opinion, there's no way not to have fun at a theme park.
Unless you just hate rides, I guess. Or walking, I suppose.
I guess.
Like, there's things where I could see, like, okay, you're just not a theme park person.
And there's, like, shit to look at. Like,
if it was less expensive, I think for those people, it'd be more worth it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not about...
Like, back to the money.
It's yes.
Back to the money again. But can't dream anywhere. Disneyland doesn't want you to unless you have money. They said, dream somewhere else, babe. You can't afford us.
Take your ass back to the lot.
Take your broke ass home.
It's just like, I think people just don't let themselves be actually like kids and enjoy life. I don't know.
Well, that's the annoying part, is like, you can only do it at Disneyland, is how it feels sometimes. But it's not true.
Life is Disneyland.
But like, that's how I feel at the beach too, and that's free.
Me too. Well,
mermaids.
Sometimes not free. Parking.
Yeah, but
sandwiches,
for the most part, sandwiches, food, living expenses. But like in the day-to-day, like at home especially, you don't feel like in a dream space. Like, it's like this is the place you sleep, make food, have conversations that are maybe hard.
I've got myself out of that recently.
Home's feeling more dreamy?
Mm-hmm. Because... Even
when it's a mess?
No.
Okay. Because I was like...
My house was a mess for maybe like 2 weeks. And then on my birthday I cleaned it, and then it got really messy again.
Yeah.
And then it just sat like that for like 5 days, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. Today I don't work that long, so I'm just gonna like get up and fucking clean. And by the end of it, I was like, my house feels like really nice.
No, it's
like,
honestly,
you just sit back and you're like,
the things we would take for granted, like our mothers, maybe fathers, depending, would fucking clean your house. And that made you feel like, safe. And
you had a chore, maybe, like clean up your own room, or
take out the trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. Okay. The things we took for granted. The lack of responsibilities.
That is like safety too, or like security, I guess.
Security, yeah. Like knowing that you have somewhere to literally sleep and not like feel clean and cluttered, or your mind. It's like,
that's wild.
Dreaming. Yeah, you can't dream at home if you don't even feel like your space is clean.
I just want to get to a place where I don't feel like guilty or shameful or like limiting when I start to dream, because I'm tired of not dreaming and feeling just like in this rut of what adulthood is supposed to be like.
And I think like most of us fear the rejection of people who think we're too, not necessarily you and I, but like we as a people, society, whoever, think that we're too childlike or immature or whatever. It's like, I mean, I'm probably guilty of thinking someone needs to grow up. For sure. Like, stop having so much fun, low-key. Like, low-key, that was the feeling.
Jealousy?
I think it's it's, yeah. And sometimes it's like, okay.
But also, like, who are you to decide? You know what I mean?
I mean, who am I to decide? But if it's like maybe like a drinking problem in the mix.
That's not giving childlike, though. That's just giving...
Pacifier.
Giving, like... Adult gone wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been there, but I'm just saying, like...
So it's the adult pacifier. Drugs and alcohol sometimes. And that's that. But I just want to be a girl. And sometimes I think, how can we like re-inspire ourselves to be a girl? I feel like for me, it's going to the beach or like journaling.
I think we need to have
outside.
Another 2021 like summer.
Okay. I was like, 2020.
Like 2014 through 16 / 2020 to 2021.
Like weekday beach days or what?
Yeah.
It's possible.
So we'll see about that.
What else were we doing? I feel like it was... Like, what else was on that? Weekday summers? Beach?
I think, like, sleepovers and... Well, I mean, we would, like... What would we do?
I really don't... Work out? I don't...
Have PE class?
Block schedule.
No, actually, though, I think I need to block schedule my ass into fucking working out because...
Yeah, block schedule yourself. Call it PE for the childlike wonder of it all.
PE today. I
have PE at 3 to 5, so unfortunately our plans aren't gonna work.
So funny that that's coming up because this morning Logan and I don't even know how this came up, but we were talking about because we were talking about somebody running. Anyway, we were talking about like running the mile.
Ooh.
And like
no, I've thought about that recently. Actually, weird. And how tired I was.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
I was just like, I remember that there was like kids who literally could run like a 5-minute mile, and I was like, oh my god, how do you do that?
No.
I think my best was like an 8.
Mine's probably 12. I literally jogged. Yeah. I wasn't trying.
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah. But like, who needs to run? I was like, I'm a swimmer. I'm a swimmer, babe. Fuck running.
Didn't stay and swim.
Didn't stay and swim, but I'm a swimmer, babe. You just don't get it.
You just don't get it. Only at home.
I don't need to compete. That's funny. I'm just not good at it, but I like to swim more.
I feel that.
No one said I was better.
I just like swimming.
I just like, it doesn't exhaust me in the same way.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But PE would be nice. I'm just like chaotic with my working out. Maybe I need to go back to a schedule. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm off routine. I need to go back to 7 o'clock working out, starting my day after.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, okay, you're going to wake up at whatever fucking time.
And then whenever you have time.
And then at the end of the day, you're going to work out. And it's either going to be this or this based on time or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think for people like you and I, giving ourselves, maybe there's another topic of like parenting yourselves, but giving ourselves like a school like structure of like...
I just thought of like punishment for myself. If you don't wake up and work out in the morning, you're not working out that day. Like, there's no afternoon workout. Like, even if you have time, not allowed. You should have woke up.
Samantha.
That's punishment. Because I would be like, oh, girl, you got to get up. Like, there is no choice.
Period.
I think that's what you got to do. You kind of got to limit yourself a little bit. Otherwise... Because, like, PE, if you didn't show up to PE that day, you're not working out.
You got an F.
You got an F, and you're not working out, which I didn't care so much about.
You got an F in PE.
Embarrassing. You're embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You got an F in PE, girl?
That's embarrassing.
You didn't show up at all this week? Oof. Mrs. Nava's so disappointed in you. Your teacher.
Me to me.
God. I really don't know, but there's something to be said, I think, about finding the things you liked as a kid
and
to dream.
You know what? It's the moment of repurposing your childhood.
Yeah.
Repurpose the things that you enjoyed.
I think it's also like, as an adult, you make up this like, I don't have time excuse.
All the fucking time.
And it's like, well, what are you using your time for? And for me, I think my biggest waste of time is sleeping in. That's my biggest waste of time.
Mm.
Like, I know other ones are like, obviously social media right now, or like, what's another waste of time?
I think, yeah, social media is one for me, but also just like, even just the thought of like, I don't have time is my waste of time.
Like, you overthought it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Take action.
Or like thinking that I'm not energized enough to do something.
Like going back and forth. Like, oh, you could.
Because like,
you could do this.
Today I have a busy day. this week I have a busy week. And I'm just like constantly thinking about how tired I'm going to be. I'm like, you're making yourself tired. Instead of being like, oh my God, there's so many exciting things happening. Like, just enjoy life.
No, I think about that too. I'm like, why don't you just enjoy the moment? Like, maybe you don't have all the answers right now. And that's fine.
As a kid, you don't think about that. You know, you're just taking day by day, excited about the next thing.
Literally asking my niece and nephew, like, oh, how was school this week? It was good. What are you doing next week? I don't know. Like, y'all ain't even worried? Y'all ain't tripping? I'm tripping about next week. I'm tripping. Well, mostly like the day in front of me, but like still.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't know that we got anywhere here, but...
A venting rant
about wanting to be a kid again. Or mostly just like taking kid elements.
I think it is I'm coming back to the sleepover thing. Like, because I think we all get caught up in our head about sleepovers because it is a lot of responsibility in one way of like, if you have pets, children even, or like whatever. There's like a lot of moving parts, like my skincare routine, packing clothes, or like the pets or whatever. And it's like,
who cares? Also, let's be fucking for real. Yes, your skincare, but
we
all fucking have
Girl, I'm not trying to have wrinkles though.
But we all have skincare. Like,
you mean like a spontaneous sleepover, like one that wasn't planned.
But also, like, even if it was planned, you forgot something. It's not the fucking big end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, you will be back tomorrow.
It's just like the whole like when we used to do sleepovers. But then that's the other part of like, oh, we stayed up till 6 a.m. I want to die.
Crazy. Well, now we can do go to sleep at 9 and go to a workout class in the morning, or do a workout in the morning. Go on a hike.
See, but we're yappers. Someone needs to be the one in the group that says, shut the fuck up and go to bed.
Start the yapping early.
Get in pajamas early.
Yes.
Get a mocktail. Absolutely.
Sleepy girl mocktails at 9 p.m.
Right. Like, so type A.
Whatever.
Was I type A at sleepovers? Maybe. So maybe that's why it worked. Okay. I don't know. But whatever.
Anyway.
We'll keep you updated next sleepover. Well, last sleepover we stayed up till 6 a.m. and hated ourselves a little.
It was like a sleepover. It was like we all were
crashed. We all crashed.
I don't think we've had like an intentional sleepover in a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's needed.
Sober one maybe. Or at least just like limit to a bottle of wine per 4 people in the party.
Yes. And then a nice sleepy girl mocktail at the end.
Yes.
Top it off.
And midnight bedtime. Latest.
Well, we'll keep you updated on how that works out.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And we are always excited to bring you new episodes. So, keep engaging with us and leave us your reviews, your ratings, and even nice comments.
Yes.
Or even if not, just make it
constructive
feedback. Because
what are your dreams? Give me some inspiration.
Oh, please.
What are some adult dreams that people are having?
And also, is it the question again of like goals or dreams?
Right.
Like,
which one is it?
Anyway, we'll catch you guys in glowing hour. See you then. Bye.